Welcome everyone to World Serpent Podcast. I am Corey Curtis, and my co-host is Michael Rogers.
What's up? What's going on,
And
guys?
in today's podcast, the discussion that we're going to have is video games. We're going to talk about upcoming games, past games, games that we're playing now that we're very interested in, and
Yep,
anything
yep.
game related.
So, oh gosh, what just came out today or last
Oh,
night?
the game that
We were
came out
talking about
last night
that.
at midnight. Yeah, God of War Ragnarok. I'm actually playing that now. It's I'm not that far into. I'm probably like a good hour in, but
Mm-hmm.
so far they have definitely improved a lot on it. Like the menu itself, I find to be a lot simpler, more well, not complex, but compact instead of how it was on the last game.
Yep.
And you start off with both weapons, the Chaos Blades, the axe, like you did in the first. But they're just they feel more stronger, better combined together now. You can use both weapons as needed. Use the blades to climb up spots that you normally couldn't, and it does not feel quite the same, but it is a lot better, especially on PlayStation 5 right now. And I know that there might be a chance later on, maybe months in the future, for it to come out on PC. But on PS5 right now, they have it where your haptic controls for L2, R2. I know a lot of people might not use them for like Call of Duty and whatnot, but on this game, it feels actually really well with.
Mm, that's cool. And it's all sort of foreign to me because I'm just PC pretty much when I game. And normally I'm
Uh,
using a controller on this game that I'm playing down in the corner, which is Riders Republic. And I am on the struggle bus right now trying to figure out the controls for this. But that is okay. I figured we would at least put something in the corner so you guys could watch something as we're talking. Um, and since it's gaming related podcast this week, might as well be gaming, even though it's subpar at best. Gaming right here.
Gaming's gaming. There's
Yeah.
people that are the same as us where we're not really the best at certain games.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
people relate to it. They're like, hey, we're not good at it either, so
Yeah.
it's no big deal. The only ones that would have a little more to say about it probably be the ones that have been playing it nonstop and are like excellent at it.
And yeah, if I do end up finding my charger, I could plug my controller in and actually use it, but it's all good.
That's where you need to get what you're using a PS4
Yeah.
controller.
Yep.
I wonder if they have the same thing the PlayStation 5 one has, where you can get a battery pack for the back to extend the life of it.
Yeah.
Because I have one of those and it's awesome. I need to charge it, but it allows you to play literally all day long.
That's sweet.
And I'd say like a lot of people are between Xbox and PS5, which one to get. It, I definitely would have to say either one would be excellent.
Yep.
But as the topic today with video games, is there any games that you wish that they would like remake and bring to like future graphics, better like interactions from like
Skate.
our past? Oh,
Skate or Skate 2, those games. Or if they even just made a new Skate, that would be sick.
there is a skate game came
I
out a little
know.
while. It's not like the old ones that we really.
Yeah. I know, they've tried, but I do believe that nothing will beat those old Skate games.
Oh
They
no,
just had
those
it
were
dialed.
amazing.
You really had a lot of control with the little thumb action that they came up with that game. It really felt like you could be in control of the tricks you were doing on your board, which is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that and the first one with Big Black
Yep.
playing as him. I remember us going down to I think it was like what was it? It was off a bridge, and we'd try to make him roll up into a ball and make him like a bouncy ball.
Yeah.
That was always entertaining to do.
Oh gosh, yeah. And that was actually like I remember playing some online multiplayer on that game. It's just definitely like it was ahead of its time. Like people really had fun playing that game.
Oh yeah, like games like that. I wish they would bring back because that was like so much fun to play. There was so much that you can learn and do, and like at the end, you're watching like, especially if you're like a skater and you like to skate or whatnot.
Yeah.
Playing games like that gets you to like maybe see the trick, like try it on control or whatnot, see what it looks like, and you feel like, hey, you know what? I could possibly do that.
Yep. 100%.
For me right now, I wish they'd bring back like Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Oh, that game was amazing. Like it was a horror game, but not as like horror as like a lot of the games were at that time. Like Doom 3, any of the Doom games back then really scared.
Yep.
That just put it into a different perspective of like you're in this fog and you don't really know what could be around at any point.
Yeah.
That game was amazing to play. I wish they would bring it back and like upgrade the graphics, but I haven't seen anything on it yet. Anybody that's watching this or really listening to it ends up hearing anything about it, you can put down in the comments about it, and we can give a shout out to whoever finds something.
Yeah. And hopefully by the end of this podcast, I'll have some idea of how to play this Riders Republic without a keyboard. I figured out how to jump and turn, so that's a start. And sprint is my shift button, but I haven't quite figured out how to do tricks yet. Actually,
what about the right analog stick?
oh, it's on keyboard.
Oh, you're not playing
Yeah.
on controller. Okay.
I didn't get the. I could probably go find it, but it's all good. Who needs it? It's more entertaining
Exactly.
to see me
It's
just
more
crash
entertaining when
into
you don't know
things.
what you're doing.
Yep. That is true.
It's the only way to do things. Like if you're not playing a game and learning some sort of sense of what to do, it's not really that much fun. Like, yeah, you can go around shooting people, chopping people up, whatever happens in like whatever game you're playing.
Yep.
But you should always be ready to learn.
Oh yeah.
Like right now, I have in God of War Ragnarok, I just got my first shield after the original one broke. Spoilers for anybody that hasn't watched or hasn't played it yet. I know there's probably thousands of people right now playing.
Yep.
But I'm learning a move called Absorb because I got the big shield, which allows me to be like a stone wall. So it allows me to, let's see what it says. It says hold L1 to absorb standard and guard break yellow ring attacks.
Yeah.
Which is nice. This shield is bigger than the round shield you started out in the first one.
Yep.
And it will actually defend you better. But it depends on your playstyle. If you're a person that likes to guard a lot, this is the shield to use.
Yeah. What about Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice? I know they're coming out with a new one of them. I don't know when exactly, but I'm excited for that.
Don't know when, but I didn't really finish the first one. I got pretty far into it.
Oh yeah, you gotta finish the first one. That's a good it's a cool game because it was made with like people with like schizophrenia and mental illness in mind, and it was like they talked to people who actually had schizophrenia and stuff, and it was cool. It's a cool experience to play through it, especially as somebody who like doesn't hear voices, you know. It's interesting how they, I mean, it's pretty messed up, the whole story.
To be in their head and be like,
Yep.
oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, exactly. And it's cool because they, like I said, they literally worked with people who have schizophrenia when they were designing that game. There's even like a warning when you first get on the game and start it. It's like, oh, this could be triggering to somebody who maybe has it, you know?
To somebody that has it, or the people that are, I don't know what the medical term is,
Mm-hmm.
but people that like go throughout life, like if you hear like, oh, I have a stomach bug, they somehow automatically have it also.
Oh
Or if they look
yeah.
up, like if they feel like they have something, they look it up, they instantly think they have that disease
Yeah.
or
I
that
oh
mental illness.
man,
So
yeah, I
it's
should know what
games
that
like
is.
that would be a little harder for them because then they'll be thinking, hey, now
Hypochondriac.
yeah.
I
And you
think.
know what game that you and me are both looking forward to that I just found the release date for?
What?
Forest 2.
Ooh. Hell yeah.
From what I see, the initial release date is for February 23rd, 2023.
Okay.
And I can't wait for that. I know you and me really enjoyed playing the first,
Yep.
and we spent hours in that game figuring certain little things out, building our own base. And I remember it had to take you and me looking up like a map or videos to find certain items.
Yeah.
Like I think we used it to find the camcorder,
Yep.
uh, the keypad lock to get into the final area, the katana and all that. We looked all that up just to find those locations because we saw like we heard about them being in there. We were just like, we got to find them.
Yeah.
Those games were just amazing.
Oh yeah, that was an awesome game.
Like even though it's like survival games are amazing to play. Like even Minecraft itself, like yeah, it's just a builder game, a survival slash builder.
Yep.
It's amazing to play, and it like I feel like they could do a lot more with it
Mm-hmm.
than just what they did. Like yeah, I enjoy that they added the new areas to it and whatnot, and made it where there's now newer creatures you can gather or new enemies to face.
Yep.
But in my opinion, I do think they need to like give it like a more of a rehaul and redo the like maybe the whole map and make it look a little different.
Yeah.
Like they did with Fortnite, where they started doing like every season the map changes and you get something new.
Yep. And on the topic of
I,
Fortnite, we have been playing that a lot more now that they have the no build mode. Brought a level
oh
of fun to the game that hadn't been there for a while.
yeah, ever since like what was it like season
4,
4 I think
yeah,
it was, where things started going
started getting real
downhill.
sweaty.
And yeah, I do like that people are making a living off of it, like Ninja and whatnot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're the ones that kind of brought that
Oh yeah.
sweatiness really to it. 'Cause now they're like, people are like,
Well,
hey,
they
we
made
can
it
go to
cool. Yeah.
competition to become like them, become almost like millionaires. And
Yep.
it's just
And I think
like,
like before Fortnite, probably Call of Duty started bringing some of like the really try hard kids that it just wasn't about going on and gaming and having fun with your friends. It was about being like the best of the best in the lobby or the best in your freaking state, some of these kids.
oh yeah, what made games like worse for like you and me to play. Where we're
Mhm.
just like we're there to have fun. We're not
Yeah,
there
it's
to like
way more
try
casual.
to play our hardest and just never stop and just be better than
Oh, I got
everyone.
this game. I'll play the drift game. Yeah, I could not for the I mean, you'll see it in the if you're watching your podcast on the channel later. I was like fucking crashing into rocks and trees, and all I could figure out how to do was like a bar spin and like jumping. It's definitely like
Oh,
I would say that game was very controller based. Like I was actually good at that game on a controller. Nobody that watches this will ever believe me, but I'm
you'll have to when we bring the topic up again. You'll
yeah.
have to play it with um the controller
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah,
show
yeah.
them what
So yeah,
what
exactly.
you
That could
had.
be something that we'll start the next podcast out with me playing that and showing you that I actually do know how to play that game.
It's like, see, I know how to play games. I swear I'm good.
Hmm. But yeah, I have not. Talking about other gaming things, I haven't played much VR recently. Both of us have an Oculus VR. You have the which
I
one?
have the Rift.
Yeah.
which you don't need a PC or any wires to set up. You just need an open area, you create your own little circle,
Yeah, and I have an
and then
Oculus
you're able to play.
as well. Alright, let's look through cars here and buy a new car. Playing Drifter X, which is actually, I've played a lot of like drift race games, and this is one of the better ones that's out there.
I'm actually kind of surprised you're not choosing a Subaru and doing it.
I know, I do have a Subaru. Let's see what we got.
You
There,
should try to find your exact model.
I know. It was like a hatchback. This kind of looks close-ish. Let's see. That looks... But yeah, any other games I can think of? Ooh, this hot rod looks cool.
There's hundreds of, like, not even just hundreds, there's like millions
Yep.
out there at this point. Like, even from like the
Oh, how
PlayStation
is...
1 playing.
Yeah, how is that, It was the, not Senua's Sacrifice, the other game that just, Plague's Tale Innocence.
Requiem?
Yeah, so there was the Innocence. I played that one. I have to play the second one, the new one.
I've played the first one, never got to the end.
Yep.
Like, I should have finished it before playing.
Yeah.
This one that I did. Because it took me way by surprise that the mother was still alive.
Yep.
Like, after watching that blade go through the door on the first one, I'm like, she's dead. There's no surviving that.
Yeah.
But then playing the second one, and like almost instantly, there she is. I'm like, no, you're dead.
Yeah.
You're not alive. But so far, the game, like the gameplay is way different.
All right.
Like there's still the same concept of that you got to survive against the rats or the mice or whatever the heck they are, because they're still there. They're following you around everywhere you go.
Yeah.
But in this one, I've gotten a little far into it. I think I got like maybe 3 hours in, 4 hours in.
Yep.
But it seems like the mission is to get to an island that can get rid of your brother's curse.
Yeah.
And the mother does not. She's like, oh, that doesn't exist. We're gonna go to this place where all these like people are, where they can protect your brother, try to get rid of it, where in reality for them it was actually making it worse.
Yeah.
And without spoiling too much, it was really fun so far. Like, I do need to get back to it. Right now with just God of War Ragnarok being because I'm playing
Yep.
probably the next like few days on.
Let me make sure I turn my audio down. All of a sudden I got in this and I was like, oh, this is loud.
Oh, I could hear myself through China.
Yeah, right? No, I don't want to like overshadow the podcast here. There we go. Much better. Ooh, this BMW drifts good. Yeah.
Well, Michael, what game are you like looking forward to like purchase next? Is it gonna be Plague Tale Requiem, or is it gonna be like Modern Warfare 2, or something else that's come out, or something that you've been looking at for a while?
Yeah, probably. Probably is gonna be Plague's Tale, and then what would be the next one? Actually, I'd really like to get the Kingdom Hearts games on PC. I know they've been out for a while.
With like 3 and all that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the packages are when you buy them on PC, or I
know you were saying on Humble Bundle they have I guess it's the full package of it, but it was like expensive.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. Well, that's a thing. Yeah, I'd like to get that because I think playing those games on PC would be awesome. I personally like Spyro Reunited Trilogy or whatever. That played great on PC.
Oh, those games, Spyro games, were amazing.
Yeah,
even
so it was
like
so fun to come back and have that good frame rate and the good graphics.
that's the nice part about PC though is that you can actually customize your frame rate a little bit better than you can on console.
Oh gosh, yeah.
You have way more of a flexibility to it,
Yep.
where somebody like me on console, you're relying on whatever your console can do. Like if you have the PlayStation 5, it can run at 4K and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But now the question is, do you have a TV that can run? Where
Yeah, that's true.
console, your monitors are actually, I'd have to say, cheaper than what
The TVs with the fancy.
the TV would be. Yeah, because you're talking like a TV for for the PlayStation 5 that can like almost really run at 8K. You're spending over of maybe a couple $1,000.
Yeah.
Where you could buy basically like almost like an 8K monitor for like maybe a couple hundred.
Yep. And talking about like resolutions and stuff, for me, like, I've, I think like 1440 is like the sweet spot. Now, when I edit photos, because I do like photo editing and stuff, that I have a 4K, and I really like that. But my like regular monitor for gaming, 1440 by 1080 or whatever. I think it's the resolution I use there, and I like that.
They have made a lot of improvements on PCs
Yeah.
and their monitors and whatnot.
Yep.
I'd have
So
to say way more than they did with TVs.
I've never tried a 240 hertz monitor. I've only ever had the 140. So that's something in the future maybe I'll do.
That might be a podcast discussion when you do purchase one. That might
Yeah.
be another gaming podcast talk about see what it's like on
Yep.
to the fact that like yeah, not a lot of people are gonna like play on that, especially starting off.
Yeah. So
You don't have like after buying that PC, especially if you're actually going for a tower,
yep.
you're spending a couple $1,000s right there.
Oh
You're
yeah.
just gonna get like a cheap monitor at first.
Yep. Yeah. So my thing was like when I switched from 60 to 144, it was like I never want to go back. It's sort of like
That
flying in first class, you know? You never want to not fly
like
first class again.
yeah, no, and I still remember when you were talking about Destiny. It was
Oh, it
first
was Destiny, yeah.
where you're like, hey,
It's
why
like
is
my
this
first true love.
like why is this person playing on PC at 60 frames
And I'm
higher,
at 30.
where I'm only stuck at 30 constantly?
Oh, 30 was brutal. So to switch from Destiny PS4, which was 30, and then if Destiny 2 didn't kind of suck so much, and they just sort of like imported stuff from the previous games, which is a bummer. But I switched from 30 frames to like 120, which is like about what my computer was getting. So it was like, oh my, that was so much better.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
if they
me
remastered
even
Destiny,
playing it was
yeah.
really
Yeah. They should remaster Destiny, the original, and allow you to play like, don't even add anything. Just allow everybody to go back and replay everything on PC, the original Destiny. That would be kind of dope.
that'd be awesome to go back to original Destiny, but give it like upgrades and like give it some new weapons other than like because like you said,
Oh, almost
Destiny
got the
2, they're
gold.
bringing a lot of those weapons
We'll try
back,
the
and
phone.
it kind of sucks.
Yeah, no, and it's a lot of like, oh, check out this super cool gun, the Black Spindle. It's like, I wonder, that looks familiar.
Yeah, it's like because you and me spent like a good long time getting like even me some of those weapons.
Yep. Yeah, we
It
grinded.
took like hours.
Yep.
To the fact that like sometimes you had to wait for like certain events to happen just to get a certain weapon,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes you'd be sitting there for like you could spend days waiting for that event,
I know.
and then you only get like maybe like 1-2 chances at it.
Well, that was the thing too. Even with Destiny 2, the fact that you could not bring anything and all of the grind was for nothing. Like I really feel like that's sort of why I've refrained from playing Destiny 2 now, is because like if they just make a new Destiny 3 or make a new Destiny something, and maybe they won't call it Destiny 3, but Destiny, blah, 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 whatever they decide to call it. It's like you're going to lose all the progress you spent years grinding for.
Yeah, like I could see if they were like, hey, it's a new game, we're gonna cut your level down to like instead of 1, you start at like maybe 10 or something.
Yeah.
Okay, at least I got some of my progress did calculate into the next game. It might not just be how much you would love it to be.
Yep. Well, the thing too that I think I'd be more okay with is if it was a completely new game, and it was like, oh man, we can't keep you can't keep the weapons you had from the previous because new game, those weapons don't exist. But like when they started bringing back like, oh well, you can grind for the black spindle again. It's like, yeah, or I could like not.
Yeah, not go back for that because that was like
In the
3
original
hours of my
game.
life I won't get back.
Yeah, and I spent freaking so much time getting that in the original game. Now you throw it in the second one as a DLC that I gotta pay for again. Plus, like, if you
Yeah,
look at like trying to purchase Destiny now with all the expansions, it's so convoluted and so retarded. Well, okay, I don't want to get canceled on our first episode. But it's not great. I just canceled
no,
myself.
but like I understand at the same time what you mean because of the fact
Yeah.
that like when you have it and then like you're like, oh, I want to be able to play this part, that part, whatnot, but at the same time you're like, hey, now I gotta pay like over a couple of $1,000 practically just to get everything that you had originally.
I know, and I had bought a lot of them, like even at the like, oh well, it's the cheaper because you're buying it bundled. Even if you did that, you're still spending hundreds of dollars to get caught up to all the expansions in Destiny. And like I sort of was saying, they don't really like give you anything for these previous old expansions. The weapons sort of are like, I mean, I guess you get to use some of the weapons from the old ones, but that's about it. All the
Yeah,
it's just weird.
there was so much that they added in that I feel like they're going towards like what like Call of Duty's doing now.
Yeah,
Fortnite has been doing a lot
microtransactions.
of microtransactions that just suck.
Yep. Yeah,
They could have
microtransactions are
done
horrible.
way better with it.
Agreed. I'm not doing good
Like,
in this.
yeah, I agree
Green
that
Thrift
like
Car.
having the microtransactions is kind of nice because then the
I
people
think,
be like, hey,
yeah.
I like this, like that, I can purchase this stuff.
I think if it's a free game, I really have no issues with microtransactions. I almost called them
Yeah, like
microtransactions.
Fortnite's free.
Yeah. Yep.
So the microtransactions allow them to make some sort of money off their product.
Oh yeah.
If you got GTA 5 and all that have microtransactions for a game that you spend $60, $70 for, depending on what type of copy. Like, if you go in for the big copy, the $100-some copy where it came like a book and all sorts of other stuff,
Yep.
then why have microtransactions? You're making more than enough money off the game itself.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Like, I don't understand. Like, that's what gets me, like, ticks me off. Is like, you know what? I've spent all this money already buying the copy twice.
Yep.
I think I got it on the PS3. I got it on the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
And now I could buy it on the PS5, but here's what they did. They took the multiplayer and the story and make you have to pay separately for both.
Oh, yeah. That's nuts.
It's like, I think it's like $40 or something for the game. And it's like another $20 on top of that for the multiplayer.
Yep.
Where it's the same game. It's no different than what the PS4 was, but why are you selling it separately?
Yeah, that's weird. What about a new Far Cry? Any news on that? I have not heard anything.
I haven't heard anything on the newer Far. I didn't even know there was going to be one. To be honest.
I know. Actually, you know what? That one's probably not that old.
If there is,
Yep.
I know the one that came out, Far Cry 6.
Oh, 6, yeah.
I'm still working on beating it.
Actually, I don't know if I beat it. I got really close, I think. I'm very close to beating Far Cry 6.
I know the last time we talked, I think you said you beat it.
Oh, I might have. Yeah, forget.
It is what it like. Even if you beat it, the game's so worth going back and playing again.
Yeah.
I love those games where there's that, like, you can go back and play it hundreds of times and still not get tired of the game.
What about Resident Evil? They coming out with a what's the most recent one of that? I didn't miss a Resident Evil, did
Resident Evil Village, but they came out with a DLC that I
I?
just
Oh, okay.
recently got and recently beat same day.
Oh, really?
It's
It was
literally
that
only like
fast?
maybe a 2 hour DLC.
Oh,
But
that's
you
weird.
play
Yeah,
as you
but
remember what was his name? Something Winters.
oh yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
no, that's gonna get me annoyed that I can't remember his first name. But you play as his daughter,
Oh, okay.
and you're playing as her to try to get rid of your powers.
Yep.
But like, as it was, the game was awesome, and like, I feel like with those powers, it brings a whole entire different concept to it. Because now it's not just shooting the zombies or shooting whatever you're facing. It's you're really trying to like figure out, okay, I can freeze my enemies in place for like maybe 15 seconds or something,
Yeah.
and to get more headshots that way, because that takes the enemies out so much quicker.
Yep. I bet.
The one thing I learned, if anybody's gonna play that DLC or even play Resident Evil games to at all on console,
Yep.
I learned if you let go of the aim button and then re-aim, and if you're looking close enough to the head, it'll auto lock onto the head, so you can just shoot the head like unaim, re-aim, unaim, re-aim. You'll always hit headshots and knock your targets out way quicker.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't think about that before.
Hmm. Yeah.
Just because of that aim assist you get on console makes it so much easier. Where on PC you have more of like more control over your aim than you do on a controller, because controllers only work with analog sticks that you have to let go and stop to
Yeah.
get your aim perfect. Where on console or on PC, you can move that mouse very slow
Yeah.
and do the
PC aim
same
is
exact
real
thing.
good. Yep.
Like I do like now that I have my console up closer to me, I gotta find my mouse again and my controller,
Yeah.
and I might start playing Fortnite on console, but with a keyboard and mouse.
Yeah. Does it let you do that? I feel like it does.
Yeah, it does. It'll allow me to hook up keyboard and mouse to my console and
Yeah.
play it that way.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that
Which is
would be
all like
pretty sweet.
PlayStation 5 has so many like upgraded things that you couldn't do with the PS4, and
Yep.
this console is just so many. Like I haven't played the new Xbox yet, so I can't say I've chosen a favorite side.
Yeah.
But from what I've played on PS5, I love the PS5 for what it can do, for the internal hard drive that you can increase. Where, from what I understand of the Xbox, is that it's an external hard drive you have to have,
Oh, okay.
where you can't re-up. Like I'm pretty sure you can open the console, and if you wanted a bigger hard drive put in, you could. But
Yeah.
I think what they're trying to do is make it where you have to spend more money on that external
Yep.
than where the PS5's like, hey, you want to upgrade your storage? Sure, we gave you a second slot inside the console itself.
Yeah.
So like I have a 1 terabyte internal hard drive along with the 500 gigabyte internal hard drive, which are both SSDs.
Yep. Yeah, on
Which
my
that makes
computer I got
so
a
much.
an M.2 SSD, and that thing is sweet. It's like a super thin SSD, and the read and write speeds on that are crazy.
Oh, like I don't think I could go to a PC without an SSD. Like
I know,
playing it
yeah.
on
I have
playing
some
it on
games saved on a
console
hard
enough
drive.
is like, hey, this is amazing that I don't have to wait for us like how game creators used to make their games. Is they made those crawling through, or yeah, to crouch down, crawl through something, just in order to allow the console and the game to load
Yep.
the next section. Where with an SSD, they don't have to do that,
Yeah.
just because of the fact that your game now loads instantly that next portion.
Yep.
So now all those like parts where you had to crawl through to do something or get to that next section, they don't have to do it. That's now aesthetic to the game if they wanted to. It's now used to like to make it a certain way where it was before used for a main purpose.
Yeah, for sure. What else have we been playing recently? We played a little bit of Apex. Kind of real sweaty, that one.
Yeah, that has gotten worse, I'd have to say.
Yeah.
If you haven't been playing that from like day one and still playing it, it is hard to get back into it. It is a fun game, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It is really fun. But
No.
when you're jumping in for the first time after like what, it's been 2-3 years since we played.
Yeah, it had been a while.
It does not make it fun to get back in. It makes it so much harder to play because of the fact that you and me are trying to get back into the groove, get our settings right,
and everyone's just sweats.
Yeah, so you have to either drop hot and drop with everybody and just get into battles to get better.
Yep.
Or you gotta drop in the middle of like nowhere, get looted up, and just hope for the best.
Oh yeah.
Cause like you and me like got into like I think a battle off the rip the first time we played.
Yep.
And we killed the guy. We got him down. We took him out.
Mm-hmm.
But every fight after that, every time we got into a new match or whatever, even though it'd take like 20 minutes to get into a match.
Yeah, it did take a while.
Like, we'd get in, get weapons, and then die instantly.
Yeah, and that's a shame.
We couldn't down anybody. Like we had such issues, which sucked.
Yep.
Like I would love to get back into that, play it more, but it's just the wait time between each round.
Yeah.
And like, no, like how do you get the other characters? Like you have to level up so much in order to get like what you need to get those characters, the money wise in that game.
Yep.
And you only get like maybe 50 or 25 or something, so it takes so long to get the characters that you wanting.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah,
I was looking at it the one day, and it's just like you could sit there and you would have to spend like a good like 3 days of just grinding out for like just the first amount of freaking money you get.
Yep. Yeah, I think some grinding is cool, but like to make it so like parts of your game are like not given to people because they didn't play it for 800 hours.
Yeah, I remember what was it? The day one, you had Octane, you had a lot of these characters.
Yeah.
And then now that we played it again for the first time, it's like you got nobody. You got Bangalore, I forget their names, but you have like
like the super basic ones.
Yeah, I think you have the robot. You have the lady that could create that portal to go back to where you were at a certain like footage, and the medic, and that's it. And it's like, you know what? I've had Octane unlocked, and I enjoyed playing Octane every now and then, but now not being able to play that character because I haven't played for so long.
Yeah.
It just sucks.
Oh, it does.
Like, why did all my characters that I had unlocked vanish?
Yep.
That makes me not want to play the game anymore. It's like, you know, I put all that time originally in. We played for like hours on that game, and now it's like all of our stuff's gone. Like, we did nothing.
But yeah, that is a shame.
Like,
I think
game
like
companies just need to get their things together with stuff like that. That's not a good thing to do, because now you're irritating the people that are playing your games.
Yep. 100%. Yeah, I definitely want a fun survival game for us to play again. The Forest will be good.
We'll definitely have to play The Forest before The Forest 2 comes out, just to get the hang of everything again.
Yeah, actually, let me make sure
I wonder, is that cross-platform?
let me look. Dude, I hope so.
I don't see why it wouldn't, to be honest, because of the fact that it is such a big, loved game.
No, it's not. Damn.
It's just like We
Alright,
Were
well,
Here is not even cross-platform.
yeah, so I'll just keep that in mind. If I buy The Forest 2, I'll have to buy it on the PS4 then, so we can play together. No point in buying
That
it on PC, I guess.
or you'll have to upgrade
To the PlayStation 5, I know.
PlayStation 5.
Yep. It's gonna be done
By the
eventually.
time that game comes out, they should have, hopefully, should have some sort of inventory.
Yeah.
Because I definitely gotta say, if you're gonna play on PC or on a console PlayStation, it's definitely worth up.
Yeah.
Because you get so many more features. Because there's features that are going to be in that game that are strictly going to be on PlayStation 5 that you can't do on PS.
Yep.
So it might be time for you to upgrade from one console to the next.
Yeah, it could very well. Oh, Days Gone. I want to finish that. That's one game I want to finish.
Days Gone, I do want to finish that because because I have played a little bit of that.
Oh, it's great so far. Gives me like Last of Us vibes.
Oh,
I didn't never finish the second Last of Us. Yeah.
I have. I've played and finished it.
Good.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was really good. Like, it was sad when Joel died.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, no. There can't be a way they, like, when I was watching trailers and whatnot, I'm like, there's no way Joel's dead. There's no way.
Uh-huh.
And then to watch that happen in the game, it's like, wow, really? You guys killed off, like, what had to be people's, like, number
Favorite
one character in that game?
Yep. Oh.
I loved the first one. I loved the second one. Like, when it came down to, like, my buddy Brent, he played the first. He completed it. He got platinum for it. But, like, in order to get the parts you needed to completely upgrade your weapons, you had to play on the hardest difficulty to get all the parts.
Wow.
In order to upgrade everything, because I think there was a trophy for upgrading all your equipment.
Yep.
And that was the only way, was to play on the hardest.
Jeez.
But that game was fun. What else?
I just loaded up on Mafia. Now, I have not played this game.
The first one or Mafia 3?
This is, let me look. This was a game I got from Humble Bundle, which I just never ever cancel, so I always get Humble Bundle games.
Well, it's good at the same time.
Yeah.
With the podcast, we could put up
Mafia Definite Edition.
We have that.
Oh, Definitive. Sorry.
Good game. I played a little bit of it. When I played it back on the PS4, the controls were a little wonky. Just because of the fact of driving and everything, instead of hitting like R2 to drive like in a lot of normal games, it was analog stick.
Yeah.
Really. Made it a little different. Once they redid it, it became how the games are now, where you use R2 to drive, L2 to stop. Which made it a lot more fun. And what we're going to do on the podcast, if anybody's lucky and we have a favorite suggestion for a topic, I mean favorite, any Humble Bundle game Michael gets that he doesn't want, we will be giving out to a lucky person.
Sounds good.
Because I know you get a lot of games that are duplicates.
Oh yeah, and I had that happen with Spyro Reunited Trilogy, and I gave it to somebody that I knew off that I used to climb with. I was just like, hey, I saw him on Twitch. He was live streaming. There wasn't many people watching him. I'm like, you want Spyro? He's like, yeah. Okay, go. So that
Yeah,
could be
now
you.
we have a platform to do it on. We
Yep.
can give out
So we are at
copies of games that we
yeah.
have doubles on.
So we are exactly 45 minutes. It is up to you if you want to call the podcast or keep going to an hour.
We'll call it for
I think that's
today.
good for today. That's a first episode for sure.
Anybody's watching, subscribe to the podcast.
Heck yeah.
We are going to be doing this once a week.
Yep.
And it's going to be a regular thing. Every week, it might not be today, might not be tomorrow at the same time, but once a week we'll have a discussion of a random topic.
Heck
like, who
yeah.
knows, next week might be like, what did we do for that week, or what interesting things have happened in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? And if we choose a topic from the comments, we'll give you a shout out for giving us a topic.
Yes, sir. Heck yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for popping in, if you do, to World Serpent Podcast.
Heck yeah,
Hopefully
thanks
you
y'all.
enjoyed, and see you guys next time.
Hit stop.